Hello everyone and assalamu alaikum and namaste and gracias. Hola. My name is Hashmat Effendi and I am the executive director and the founder of House of Charity. House of Charity is 26 years old and we have been working around the world with children and their mothers and giving them hope, help, and healing by providing them surgeries that are required for severe burns and congenital deformities. We have decided to start this series of sharing our life stories because everything we do has somehow had an impact on us that we are giving back to the community and providing the service. Why I have started House of Charity, why I am doing this, why I am touching people, feeling people, giving them pleasures, trying to give them pleasure. What has impacted me so much in my life that my soul and my body wants to give back to the people. And I feel pleasure in giving pleasures to children and their mothers. I will be sharing my story with you in 3 or 4 series. So today is part 1. 1997. 1997 marked a impact, a turning point in my life. Why 1997? What happened in 1997? Believe me, 1997 was full of darkness. So much darkness that my soul was heavy. So much darkness that I couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel. There was no hope. And suddenly, with the power of faith, the power of prayers, the power of positivity, it turned into brightness. I will be sharing that. In 1997, I lost my mom, my mother, who was my best friend, who was my backbone, who did everything for me. Of course, mothers do, but I have a connection with my mom that when I see her happy face, her smile, it gave me courage, it gave me strength, and I lost her in 1997. I very well remember that fateful summer in June, on Thursday afternoon, when I lost her, when I said goodbye to my mother, to my best friend, to my love, to my backbone, to the strength of everything I did in life. Last time I said goodbye to her. That very last goodbye, and my mom closing her eyes and just going forever impacted my life so much that I thought that I will die with her. But no, I'm still alive. So what happened with my mom? My mom was very young. She was 59 years old. One day we were driving happily on the highway going to her favorite place, which was Target, for shopping. And suddenly I noticed that she was not able to breathe. And, 1 minute please. She was not able to breathe, and then she started throwing up. So I took her really fast in ER. Over there, they took her in air ambulance to medical center, and we followed the ambulance. We went to the medical center, and they told us that she has a life-threatening heart defect, which is called congestive heart failure. And her lungs are full of fluids. So they started draining the fluids, but she did not recover, and they told us that your mother needed open heart surgery because one of her main artery in the heart is leaking. It was a life-threatening surgery, but all brothers and sisters, I have 3 brothers and 1 more sister, and my papa was alive at that time. We all decided and gave the consent for the surgery. And she went into the surgery. That wait was very agonizing. I remember how we felt in the waiting room because it was a life-threatening surgery. But Alhamdulillah, she came out of the surgery. Doctor said surgery went well and they moved her in CCU. We were very happy. But we were unaware of what is coming to us. And what came to us? That my mother stopped recovering. And she was still having difficulty breathing. Doctors told us that her surgery has failed. Her body did not accept it, that valve transplant. So she need to go with another transplant. And we had no choice. We started crying. We were like so fearful. On the other hand, my mom was asking, what has happened to me? Why I am going through another surgery? And then we had no choice. The team of doctors told us that she needs to go if you would like her to live. So she went through another open heart surgery. And the surgery was very long. And she was in a terrible condition. We were praying because praying is the only hope we had. So we were praying hard that my mother will recover, the surgery will go well, and the surgery went well. And she came out of the operation room and she was admitted in recovery, and then she was moved to CCU. We were all very thrilled, very helpful, thankful to Almighty that my mom, there is a hope that she will live, recover and live. But we were not aware that this is only our hope. We did not know that this surgery will be failed again. And this is what happened. Her condition started getting deteriorated by day. She was so deteriorated that the doctor told us that to keep her alive, we have to put her on ventilator. And then they gave us hope that the ventilator will breathe for her and she will use all her energy to heal. We had no choice. I signed the consent to put her on ventilator. Otherwise, she would have died. We were all in a shock. My father was in a shock. My brother and my sister were wailing. And on the other hand, my mother was on the ventilator. We were informed by the group of doctors that she would recover faster, just in few days. And then these few days turned into more days, then into weeks, and then into months. And she was on ventilator for 9 months. Her health deteriorated so much that she was 220 pounds, and staying on the ventilator for this long, she was 89 pounds. She looked so different, but we did not give up hope. I was visiting her every day, holding her hand, whispering positivity in her ears, telling her, Mama, you will be fine. Do you know, even if the patient is on ventilator, patient can hear, Patient can feel the positivity. Patient can feel the love when you are holding your hand of your loved ones. I didn't know at that time. I was just doing it because I wanted to do something for my mother that can give her life, that can make her recover. I just wanted my mother, so I was doing that. And then that sad day has arrived when doctor informed us that your mother is recovering, but not recovering on this level that we will continue the life support, the ventilator. And so we had tried to wean her off the ventilator many times, and she is not able to breathe. So we have to shut the ventilator. And they asked us, and I asked them, what do you mean by this? They said, inform your family and arrange for the funeral. I was shocked. I said, how can you kill my mother like this? They said, it's not killing. She is not living. She is breathing because of the ventilator. She is not breathing on her own. And she has been on ventilator for 10 months. She has survived so many infections. She has to go. Her heart is not working. So then finally it was very difficult for me to convey this message to my father. My papa was devastated. My brothers were completely, I have no words to explain how sad they were. My sister was just crying and crying, of course. But I was the one who had lots of power, strength. I still did not give up. What I did, I stayed with my mom that night, holding her hand and telling her, Mama, you have to do it. Mama, you need to breathe. Mama, you cannot leave us like this. Please, Mama, please, if I have done one good thing with you, can you please breathe for us? And I was praying so much because I suddenly remembered that, sometimes in life when you go through so much difficulty, so much darkness, you are so desperate that you even forget to pray. That was my situation. Suddenly I realized there is Almighty who controls everything. Why cannot Almighty feel my pain and give my mom life? It's like this. So we prayed and prayed and prayed in the morning. My ears were waiting to hear the footstep of the doctors coming. And when I heard the footsteps, I felt, here, my mother is leaving me. And then the doctors came and they looked at me like the way they said, you are a good daughter. You gave your strength to your mother. You did everything for your mom. But it is time for your mother to go. And they gradually starting to turn off the ventilator. As the ventilator was turning off, my heart was sinking. I was saying, I am such a badnasib daughter that I am letting my mother go in front of my eyes and cannot do anything to stop these doctors for turning the ventilator off. But then the miracle happened. As they were turning the ventilator off, my mother started breathing. she started breathing little bit, and she was breathing. Everybody was shocked. Doctor said that in 40 years of his medical history and medical practice in Bentop, he has never seen this happens. And that was the chief of cardio department who said that to me. He has never seen someone staying on ventilator for over 9 months and coming back to life. So they put her on oxygen, and they still sedated my mother, and they said that your mom is recovering. We have never seen this miracle happen. She is recovering, but it's a long way of recovery because she is on ventilator. She was on ventilator for 9 months, so she had forgotten how to chew, how to eat, how to sit, how to walk, how to use the bathroom. So she has to go through extensive recovery. So when they told me she forgot to eat, I said, no problem. I will give her milk and other powerful drinks, in a bottle like this, and she can suck it like this. And they said, no, she didn't. She will not know how to drink from the straw either. So we have to teach her everything. I said to myself, it's like a baby. You teach your baby everything. So no problem. If my mother is my baby, I will do it. So they ordered extensive rehab for my mother, and they said she has to stay a little bit. So after a few days, she moved into a regular department, and her wounds started healing. And she started, one day I went, she was sitting on the chair, but they did tie her with the sheet because she didn't know how to sit, and she was sliding down. So with this experience, I learned the power of faith, power of prayers, power of positivity, power of not giving up. I have learned this in a hard way, but all these things that I learned, I grasped it, and it was in my soul. And how I used it in the journey of recovering my mother, how my mother came to the house, how I fought with the medical staff not to send her in rehab. I wanted to bring her in my own home. How all that happened, I will be talking about that next Friday, part 2. So I hope you liked my talk, my experience, because I have never shared my heart, my experience with anyone. So, but I decided to share it with you all because I wanted all of you to learn the positivity, to learn the power of faith, to learn the power of prayers, and to learn never give up. So see you later. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.